Word is the Clips have had a team meeting. No word on what exactly the result of that is, but they play tomorrow at Golden State. Do you make a message as a member of that Clipper team, or what is the reaction? What happens when you take the floor?
The unfair part, I think, of racism in general is that the people most victimized and oppressed by it also have to be burdened with solving it, too. And if you think about it, it's kind of hard for an athlete, especially a Black athlete, to not be constantly conscious of what you're going to lose. You can't blame them for having that little bit of doubt that if they talk about how they've been victimized, if they talk about racism, if they make some folks uncomfortable, all this hard work that they've done to try to get to this point, all of that will be gone.
In that first meeting, everybody's pissed, everybody's mad. And I remember walking into a bunch of arms folded, sitting slumped over, like, what do you have to say?
Doc Rivers was arguably in the toughest position of them all. His relationship with ownership is much different. I mean, he has to be accountable to them. It's kind of his job to make sure that he's sort of emotionally reining in the players. And he's got the unfortunate task of having to put his Blackness aside.
Doc is, he's asking us, okay, I know you guys have heard, we got a game to win, this and that. If you guys want to say anything or have any questions, we should get it out now. I couldn't hide my face, so Doc's like, what's going on with you, DJ? Talk to us, what's going on? I said, well, I don't want to play. I'm not playing tonight. Immediately, like a lot of the other guys were in agreement to that. And I knew I was cool with what I was saying when JJ Redick, who is, he's the whitest dude on our team, and even he was the guy who was like, yeah, DJ, fuck that, I'm not playing either.
What really struck me was how personal it was for my teammates. Some of the things that Blake said, like, I got teary-eyed to see them hurting that way. And when those guys started talking about their dads and their brothers and their kids, and you realize just how raw this emotion was. Looking back at that meeting, I'm still like, I'm kind of getting chills just thinking about it, but.
Being in third grade, 9 years old, and kids calling me nigger and won't let me play basketball just because I'm darker than them. That's something I would never want my child to have to face.
My son is, he looks just like me, so for me, thinking about that, him growing up, I never want him to have to choose a side or think about color. This was, like I said, bigger than basketball, bigger than all of us.
Everybody's phone's going crazy. Everybody in your family. People was hitting guys with like, how y'all gonna go out there and wear that jersey? After that man had said what he said. What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? That did get to all of us.
It was just interesting because instantly social media's, you guys need to boycott. You guys need to not play. You guys need to sit out, man. Fuck this, fuck that. He's racist, all this kind of stuff. And we're just like, we're in the midst of feeling we have one of the best teams in the league playing against one of the young best teams in the league. And all of a sudden, it's just everyone in the world has an opinion on what we should be doing.
I think there's pressure on the players to do something. They're going to look really weak if they just say whatever and let things proceed, particularly with this in the midst of Trayvon Martin and this sort of heightened awareness around race in our society.
We didn't do anything wrong. Yet people were still standing there and they're going to judge how we responded, and everyone had a say. The Sterling part, they were still going to throw stones at him, but they were going to throw stones at us if we didn't respond right. I'm sitting in this meeting and I remember saying, okay. And I did it just like that. All right, my name's Glenn Rivers. I'm from Maywood. I'm Black. And if any of you think you're more pissed than me, you gotta be fucking kidding. If you don't want to play, we won't play. Having said that, when I was a kid growing up, and I said that I wanted to win a world championship, I never in my dream said I wanted to win one for Donald Sterling. I want to win one for me.
You know, right from the jump, Doc handled it great. He really let us express within that little meeting how we felt, what we thought, but he also reminded us, you know, the task at hand, and that whatever we did as a group, we needed to do it together.
If I didn't know what it's like to be a part of a team and have other people depend on you, I probably would have said, forget the game. But then you start thinking about it and you're talking to the other guys and you're like, look, well, we the ones that didn't grind it and put ourselves in this situation. Hell, we don't play for him anyway. We play for each other.
If this is the year we can win, and we decided not to do it because of someone that was never in our dreams, then he wins. And we are not gonna let him win.
You know, for us, all that mattered was the people that's in that locker room. We had came to a decision as a team that we wanted to play. We wanted to play because why just forfeit the game and let them have the whole series and keep going on after all the work we had put in?
Our goal is to win the NBA title, and we're not gonna let anything stand in the way of that.
But to tell you the truth, there was some type of pressure to at least do something.